My name is Varela and I'm part of Art Explora Crossed-residency program.
Maria, good morning. Could you introduce yourself?
I'm a multidisciplinary artist. My research focuses on textiles, on weaving, on the designs the textile have and all the inscripted stories they carry. And I'm also working a lot with women communities in production.
What is the link between your practice and the women community where we are? What have you learned here during the residency?
I welcome you to Darna. Darna in Arabic means our house, and it is a social and cultural space working with women in need and providing classes on different subjects like sewing, cooking, weaving, and it's a space enforcing women to find a better living through literacy and skills, providing them with the tools and the skills to find better jobs and change their lives. Darna was my house during this residency. I found here my workshop space. Zora is the weaving teacher in the studio. With Zora here in the studio, I have been working to learn the lace technique, the one that is going to be forgotten very soon.
Have you learned new way of weaving?
My research focus during these days was on the mendil. The mendil is a textile, a traditional textile. Women wear at the Jibala region, northern Morocco. It's a cloth of fabric, they wear it above their clothes. It has practical and cultural significance. Local authorities decide to make the symbol of the area. So the use of it has changed a lot. Because I come from Athens, Greece, it's a city suffering with over-tourism, so I couldn't help myself to see how tourism has changed the handicraft itself. Because tourism can help, the mendil becomes a souvenir. We can find it in all the shops, all the markets, they sell it everywhere. Because of the high demand, people focus on quantity rather than quality, and they need faster mass production of the touristic souvenirs. And that's what is happening also with the mendil itself. This mass production has also changed the design. This is a good example of how tourism changed the evolution of the craft and the artifact.
Maria, can you tell us why we are here and why did you decide to bring us here?
We are in the Casbah area and we are outside Suede's little shop. Suede opened up this workshop and this weaving shop exactly after the pandemic, and she's the first woman that she ever did that in the whole city of Tangier. Weaving is an act, a domestic act. Women weave at home, and what she did is taking this handicraft and open it to the public. She has direct communication with her audience, skipping the men that they are between and distributing her craft by herself. And this is a gender empowerment act.
And you like to work with women communities, so it was important to show a kind of feminist statement?
Yeah, of course, I found here, like in the very first days of my visit, I keep thinking of how important it is for women to have this kind of visibility and how important it is for the weaver itself as an artisan to be shown and to communicate with the public. Plus, I think she acts as a role model for the rest of women in the city because she can show how she can work in a men's driven business.
Maria, you told me that it was one of your favorite places.
I call it the Casbah balcony. It's because I love this view so much. It's the sea, the blue sky, and we're here, we can see Spain.
You were born in Athens and you grew up there, and so you are familiar with the Mediterranean. So what is different in the approach of the sea here in Tangier?
The Mediterranean is always important because it's actually the route to connect people. Coming here every afternoon, it makes me think about the perception, different perception. While Greece is on the north right side of Mediterranean Sea, here we're at the south left part, so it's exactly at the opposite diagonal side. It makes me think of how I grew up in a culture that were always European-centered. I always thought of myself being in the south corner, while now I'm having a new perception of the Mediterranean Sea in the center and all the cultures evolving around the sea and exchanging ideas, perceptions. It's a different understanding of how things evolve. The way I see it now is like more as a path, while before for me it was a limit, it was a boundary, it was the end. I was part of the end of Europe, while now this is a whole new understanding.